Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and get comfortable. Make yourself some popcorn, get on the couch, because this is going to be a freaking long stream. We've got new pro applications to play around with. Of course, Final Cut on the iPad, but in case you weren't aware, I've got the A12X iPad Pro, which isn't capable of running Final Cut. So your boy had to get an Amazon renewed M1 iPad Pro with a terabyte of storage and 16 gigs of RAM just to test this out for you. I really didn't want to do it, but you guys kept asking and asking me to. So, you're going to be with me during this whole dang thing. Sorry, East Time Zone people. It's been a long day for me, so literally wasn't free to unbox this until just now. But yeah, we're going to go through all of it together, including, hey, what's it like to buy an iPad from Amazon Renewed? I don't have a knife, so I'm going to use the Apple ejector tool. What is with this box, though? Can you hear this? It's like, it's moving stuff around in here. It is not, I got the 1 terabyte so I could access the 16 gigs of RAM, which if you're editing in Final Cut Pro, you might actually appreciate that extra RAM. Considering it's an iPad, I figured I'd get all the help I can get. Except not the M2 chip. The M2 chip just overheats, and I hate it. So this is good. I gotta set this whole thing up. Although, I seem to be cursed whenever I buy something refurbished or renewed, it's not factory reset. Well, perfect time for you. It's 1 p.m. May I scare you, Tailosive? iPhone 14. Oh my god, you did scare me. Be careful. Man, this is making a mess. Whoever packaged this. What's next? I can tear this top portion. Definitely not as easy to unbox when it's renewed, that's for sure. I'm guessing this isn't coming with a official Apple package. But yeah, this is probably going to be a long stream. We've got to set it up and everything. The greatest multitasking tool. What if they sent you an iPad mini? Oh, then it'll be a very short stream. We can all go to bed much sooner. That would be great. Okay. How the heck am I supposed to get in this dang thing? Do I dare just start ripping it apart? I'm tempted. I'm really tempted. But okay, I'm not going to. This side needs to be torn. Hey. Where is this? They really got this thing. There we go. That's better. I hope renewed devices are good. I've heard decent things. I don't know what they expected me to open it with, because it's not the SIM tool that's the problem. Okay. The SIM tools are shockingly sharp, actually. There we go. That's more like it. Hey! How about that? Oh, it's like completely wrapped in bubble paper. Wow. There is definitely no original packaging with that. Look how thin it is. Oh, that's weird. What did it come with? It did not come with the original brick. I'm watching this while editing on Final Cut Pro. Wow, good for you. It seemed to come with... Ooh, these are dusty. What is that? Look at the protrusion on the 20-watt brick. It does not look OEM. It looks kind of OEM from the back, but I know it's late, Josh. I was hoping if I streamed late enough, none of you guys would show up, but here you are. I won't use my phone at all, only when I go out. That was prolonging the longevity of my future iPhone 15 in terms of battery health. I don't know. I wouldn't get the M2. I don't know why you think you need an M2, but it's probably not necessary. Yeah, they just give you like a warranty thing. Ironically, yeah, I'm not going to show you this because it reveals too much, but when you buy from Amazon Renewed, they literally give you a return label. There's already a return label. If you feel like returning it, you don't have to print it out. So that's funny. Yeah, never unboxed an iPad like this before. Watch this. Ooh, dusty too. There's plastic on it. Well, space gray looks nice, I'll admit. It's been a long time since I unboxed one of these things. But there you go. LiDAR and all. Shall we peel the plastic? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a whirl. Wow. Looks pretty clean, to be honest. I mean, the plastic here had some dust on it, but It's not actually very sticky in the first place. But yeah, it's in good shape. No visible scratches or dents thus far. The chassis looks nice. It's in good condition. I was able to find this on Amazon for about $1,100. Still don't plan on keeping it, by the way, but you can find a 1 terabyte iPad Pro with an M1 chip and a mini LED display for $1,100. No keyboard case or anything. I don't think it's the cellular version. Yeah, it's the 12.9 inch. It's, in my opinion, still too small. I'm used to editing on my 16-inch MacBook Pro, which feels small. So, okay, we've got the boot up screen. So hang tight while I set this up. Does my iPad even have a charge? No, it doesn't. It's dead. Okay, we'll do this old-fashioned way. I'm going to set up manually. I'm just connecting it here. You should edit a special skit for us tonight. That would require me to film one. No, I actually have a basic video I already shot. Wait, let me set it up. Where's the Wi-Fi? That one. Let me connect here. Very smooth. After all my Android testing, it's refreshing to have a Apple device again. Touches immediately, scratches super deep. How different Final Cut will be on the iPad. Unfortunately, from what I can tell, it seems pretty different. Actually, you know, an issue I realized I was probably going to run into is the fact that I don't have a Magic Keyboard case for this. And I know a lot of you are probably going to... It wants me to set up Face ID. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to say don't use passcode. Because this is just a Final Cut machine. Don't transfer apps and data. I will probably sign into my Apple ID, though. It's going to ask for all that when I download Final Cut. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. Do you guys know how big of a file Final Cut is? Nice to know you don't use your old iPad. Yeah, it's just sitting here. I want to trade this for a Pixel stand. Not stand, sorry. Pixel tablet. You know what I mean. Here, let me get us all situated. I'm going to get the two-factor authentication. Sorry, I can't show you this part of the process for obvious reasons, but it shouldn't take too long. Okay, what time is it in the U.S.? Well, it depends on where you are. Where I am, it's 8:07. Agree. I'm going to get a bunch of pop-ups on all my Apple devices. According to iJustine, it's best to use it with a touch rather than the keyboard. Yeah, see, I don't like that because I've done video editing with touch and it's usually fairly compromised. Sorry, what I was getting at earlier was I thought it might be funny, sacrilegious, some might say. What if you try to put a 2018 case on the 2021 iPad? Some of you are like, oh no, the camera bump, Drew, it won't work. All right, let's see what happens if I try to put them together. Oh, wait. It kind of works. It's not... Okay, I'm not holding the iPad. That's just the case. That's just the magnets. Woo! Okay, so it kind of works. Okay, here they come. Here they come. I'm getting all the pop-ups on my other devices. A new device can access your account. A new device, a new device, a new device. Oh, my God. Here's the old dead iPad. No, I don't want to use Siri. Shut up. Okay, get started. We're on the home screen. Ta-da! Okay, we're going straight to the App Store to download Final Cut. And yes, there should be a way for you to see the screen with me. 773 megabytes? Really? That's kind of surprising. While using apps, sure. Why does the App Store need to know my location? I don't know, but let me just make sure I get all the... personal info out of the way. Okay. Final Cut Pro for iPad. It's finally here. Ta-da! I'm going to hit Get and see what it asks me. Install. It wants my password again. Oh, brother. I guess it doesn't have my Face ID data. That's probably why it's angry. Whoop! It took all my money. Did you hear that? When you're done doing this live video, you will likely edit the video on your Mac. Well, I'm not recording anything for the record. Oh, require password for additional... yeah, require after 15 minutes, I guess. Okay, the download has begun. I apologize in advance if T-Mobile starts lagging uncontrollably. That would be bad. Scooter says it's worth $5 a month. I disagree, but I haven't tried it yet, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, it's downloading now. I'm seeing it. I might as well throw it right on the dock here. Let me see what you guys see here. There we go. Downloading. Hopefully it doesn't kill the live stream in the download process. You could try Universal Control. Remember that? Dude, I'm using Universal Control right now. My iMac Pro has no keyboard and mouse connected to it. I'm purely controlling my iMac Pro through my MacBook keyboard and trackpad. Are you going to do daily vlogs when you start traveling? If so, when will you start? Gee, okay, slow down, Obi. Yes, I will document my travel experience. I don't know about daily. My travels, these are long trips, okay? Not every single day is completely packed with exciting information, but I will document the exciting stuff. I will likely not document the boring stuff. So don't worry, I won't do anything exciting without letting you guys know. I know it's important to you. I think $5 a month is more justifiable than $300 one time for iPad users. I disagree, Martin, because Apple will likely change the price. This is just the introductory price. If it does really, really well, just like Apple TV Plus does, there is no... Personally, if you're planning on being a video editor long time, after a while, like I spent $200 on the Pro Apps bundle, which included Final Cut, Logic, Compressor, Motion. So $5 a month, that's, $50 a year if you get the annual option. And then you hit that after 4 years of ownership. I've used Final Cut much longer than 4 years. So in my opinion, the one-time purchase is a much better deal. It costs less and you don't have to worry about the price changing in the future. You get the free trial of Final Cut, I believe, once you open the app. You don't sign up for it prematurely. So we're at like 25% downloading through 5G. The value to pay for something changes with the needs of the individual. Like, for instance, the Touch Bar M1, it's worth it for me, but not the average consumer. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I mean, I don't agree it's worth it to you, but... sorry. Student discount. I was a student when I bought it, yeah. Am I on my Mac camera? I've always been on my Mac camera. What are you talking about? Stage Manager and Sidecar rule. Well, if Stage Manager rules so much, why doesn't Final Cut support it properly? Just saying. Petition to have Drew document the boring stuff on another channel called Tailosive No Life. How about Tailosive Death? Final Cut for Apple Watch coming. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed we haven't gotten that yet. Yeah, $50 a year, 4 years, that's $200. So after 4 years, it would have been cheaper to buy it outright. And after 4 years, they probably will increase the price of Final Cut Pro. Just like, that's how memberships are. Disney's doing it, HBO's doing it, Netflix is doing it. Memberships go up over time. So by turning it into a membership, they can increase the price exponentially. Okay, we're almost into the installing phase of the download here, as you can see. Owners of the macOS versions should get iPad access automatically. Thank you, Zach. At least, okay, maybe it's too crazy to assume people who already paid for Final Cut on the Mac should get it for free, but I at least think we should get like a discounted rate. Maybe like $2 a month if you already paid for it. But the idea that you have to pay for it again and it's a skimmed down, scaled down version of it, yeah. Okay, something I should have been working on. Sorry, I'm wasting your guys' time. Skylar says, guess I'm not going to bed now. You should go to bed. This is going to suck. I'm just warning you now. Okay, it's installed. It's installed. I guess I can open it up and get it configured before I connect the keyboard and mouse. But I do actually, I don't have a Magic Keyboard case, but I do have the weirdest iPad setup in the world. The iMac Pro Magic Keyboard with numeric keypad and the Space Gray Magic Mouse, which is, I don't believe it's currently connected to my... Why is this charge brick still here? I don't need that. I don't believe it's connected to my MacBook, so I'm going to reconnect. This is the worst setup you could possibly do. For one, I'm using a 2018 keyboard case, so the camera bump, it actually kind of aligns right. I mean, all you miss out on is the flash and LiDAR, but it's an iPad. Who uses the flash and LiDAR? I mean, even if it wasn't an iPad. Who uses LiDAR? Seriously. So I'm going to have a 2018 Magic folio cover with a space gray Magic Mouse and keyboard to edit with. Okay, let me just get through. It's telling me welcome to Final Cut for iPad. I just don't want to reveal any personal information because I'm pretty sure when I hit continue, it's going to ask for, yeah, here it is. The monthly versus annual. So we're going to obviously do 1 month free, and it's probably going to pop up with some private. Yep, there it goes. Okay, glad I'm not showing you this. Starting today, 1 month free trial, cancel anytime. Okay, we'll hit subscribe then. Oh, this is scary. I don't like them having this information on me. Okay. Booking! We got your bank account. Drew realizes he likes the iPad Final Cut workflow and keeps the subscription in iPad. Wouldn't that be a twist? I honestly want that to happen. I think that would be kind of exciting. Well, the HDR is already showing up in the little preview thing. I can tell the display is super bright. Oh, you can start editing with a demo project. But I don't know these people, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start my own. Okay, I think... Hilariously, the battery of the iPad is at 69%, which is awesome. Doesn't have external drive editing capabilities, so I think we got to wait for you to transfer files. Don't worry, I record. You know how Marquez has the super high resolution, red raw, high quality stuff? I'm the opposite. I have the most compressed, scaled down, skimmed down version of ProRes. It's not insanely big, and this iPad should already have a Thunderbolt port on the side, so it shouldn't take long to import, but I guess I should start doing that now. This is what I record my videos to, so I've probably got like 10 or 15 videos already on there. Christian, thank you for this super chat. Really hate how tech community asks for stuff like always on and display pro apps on iPad, and then they say they don't care for the new thing. Thoughts? I think it depends on the execution, you know, like if we say we want something in a particular way and then we don't get it in that particular way, it's okay to be frustrated by it. So I don't think it's completely unjustified, because it's not like we were just asking... People asking for Final Cut on the iPad were not just asking for an app called the Final Cut app on the iPad. We were wanting the same app we have on our Mac because we know how to use it and we know how it works. So that's what we were asking for. So when we don't get that, yeah, we're going to be a little bit disappointed because it's not really what we asked for. It's kind of Apple finding a loophole. Thank you for the super chat, though. Golden Face super chatted, you should buy iPod Hi-Fi with an Airport Express to turn it into an AirPlay 2 speaker. That's what I did, and it pairs with the HomePods, no problem. I think it would make a great video. I think you've got a great video idea right there. Why do you want me to do it? You've already done it. It sounds like you're more interested in it than I am. I mean, I appreciate this super chat, but like... I've already got more sound systems than I know what to do with. Our Google Home Max gets way louder than I want it to. The HomePod gets way louder than I need it to. My iMac Pro has an amazing sound system. I don't know where I would put another sound system, but that sounds awesome. I feel like you should do it. I would watch your video. I'd sub to your channel. But thanks for the donation. Good evening. Good evening. I'm afraid to super chat. I don't want to get a timeout. That's good. You should be afraid. You're a Tailosive Tech Max subscriber. That means you have literally zero reason to super chat. Okay. Let's see. If I switch to... Let me move you guys over here so you can see what I'm doing. I believe what I need to do... Yeah, I'll cancel the membership before it charges. I do it like this. And then I go AirPlay to MacBook Pro. And I believe you guys can see this. I think. Files. And then here. There we go. Here's what's on my... Hey, Jonesy! Thank you for subscribing to Tailosive Tech Plus. Oh, it's a little cropped off. Sorry about that. Maybe I can adjust that. It's... Yeah, I don't know. Burkhart, knock it off. You get a pass because you're not a Max subscriber anymore. No more super chats. If I started a channel, would you watch? It depends. Is it good? If you make good stuff, yeah, maybe I'd watch. Yeah, let me adjust the display capture here. Thank you for the donation, though. You guys are, once again, way too kind. So there might be some black bars here because it's a 16:9 live stream, but the iPad is not 16:9. Okay, go away. And why don't I turn on Do Not Disturb as well on here? Just in case. I don't want people texting me revealing personal info and that kind of stuff. Okay, let me readjust that just a little bit. All right. Now let's try it again. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, this is today's video, I believe. So I'm going to drag it to on my iPad. Let's see the progress bar. That looks pretty good. I don't know if they've changed that since the last time I tried it, but it looks fairly Mac-like. We're transferring a 41 gigabyte file. It's taking less than 2 minutes. Just give me your cash. No. We'll give you a solid $5 to keep the iPad and use it as your main editing device. Convinced yet? Oh, man. $5. That's pretty compelling. About to steal that Apple Card savings info. Okay. He has the Google Messages tab right there. Well, yeah, I'm not enjoying it, but that's just the only way I can text people on my Mac. I'll do a video on that later. Okay. Well, at least you guys can see the display. That's a good start. But there's only one port, so I'm going to need to find a way to power this thing later. Yeah, the iPad is supercharged. I should really be starting the connection process. Oh, wait, I can't. There's only one port. Okay. After this, I will try to connect... Oh, do I need to? Maybe I can do universal... Oh, no, I can't. That's the other reason I can't do universal control to the iPad is because I'm airplaying, so I can show you guys what I'm doing. But, okay, we have a template video at least, which is a start. And then we can mess around with it. But, yeah, it'd be nice to have a trackpad. What's funny is you don't have to hit eject on the iPad to get rid of the SSD, which is kind of weird. It's half the version of Illustrator Photoshop. I know, I kept hearing that about the Adobe app. How come everybody who makes an app for the iPad is like, okay, bring that app to the iPad, but then remove all the features. Okay, so we've imported the file. It plays. This was about the... This was my EV video today. So, looks nice. Let's go to Final Cut. New project. All right. Ooh, this is already different. Thank you for the super chat, AJ. Just bought the year's 12 Pro Max silicone case on Dr. Killer for US 30. Wow, local. It actually looks beautiful. Cases always look great for the first 2 weeks, and then you kind of forget about them. Format automatic. Custom. I want to mess around with this. Color space HDR. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's go with automatic. Let's see how well it does when I just throw stuff in there. I, too, wish it wasn't a subscription. Drew in the gray dimension there. Yeah, really. Import from start blank. Okay, record with camera. This does not look like the desktop version. This is very weird. Import from files. Hey. Let's do that one. Open. Whoa. Okay. So this one's to the side. Here's our little dial thing. That's cool. Playhead scrubbing. I'm inspecting myself. Can I just drag it like that? Okay. It's pretty intuitive. How do I adjust volume? I assume I tap volume and then I can lift it. Okay, I like that. That's good. Splitting, though. Where is splitting? Ooh! I don't like... I always turn that off on Final Cut. I don't like the real-time sound playback. Is there a way to turn that off? Position, behaviors, snapping, audio scrubbing. There we go. Please let me turn that off. Okay, good, good. All right, good start, good start. Cut. Ooh, long press to cut. Oh, wait, that took the whole thing out. Okay, no big deal. Raise the volume again. Got our time head. iMovie Pro, yeah. Do the same thing as the iPhone, but only the same as the SD on screen. Wait, what? I have the iPad Air 5 M1 debating with myself. I'm going to get these apps. Well, it's worth the free trial. The trial doesn't cost anything, so at least you could try it. Okay, holding it down cuts it, render selection to export. Okay, so I don't need to access that regularly. Is there a split tool? What do you want me to just swipe down or something? I want to make a cut. What to do? Should I watch a video tutorial? No, that's boring. We gotta do it ourselves. Ooh, append. Let's go to the beginning again. Can I grab that bar at the bottom so I can scrub faster? There we go. That makes sense. That's what Apple would do. What does this do? Position on. Oh yeah, Ken Burns would be nice. Let's see. Bottom right to split. Where? Bottom right. What's down here? Where do you see bottom right? What's down here? That's a keyframe. Behaviors. Information. Nobody should buy an iPad with the goal of using it for Final Cut. Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with that based on what I've seen. But I'm just trying to figure out something real basic. I feel blind. I feel like it's right in front of me and I'm not seeing it. Where's the... They should bring the iPad right-click menu. It will not be like the Mac version. I know, but that's why we're mad, because we asked for the Mac version. Picture-in-picture, viewer options, viewer background playback. Yeah, what happened to transform as well? It's just snapping, show controls and timeline. Appearance, clip height. Oh, that's nice. You can adjust it with a wheel. Oh, turn off the volume thing. Oh! So whenever volume's available, they get rid of those buttons. That's interesting. Okay. That's what you meant by bottom right. Okay. So this is split. So I would scroll here, clip. Oh. So I can't be moving the time head and split at the same time. I have to let go and then hit split. Why? I have two fingers. Why did you want me to let go? Isn't that the point of multi-touch?
Said, hey, let's talk. Said, hey.
So there's mistakes. So I skip ahead like this. Okay. Well, this is what a lot of my editing is, for the record. And it's already kind of challenging to scroll the timeline and then scroll the time head. Then you have to select it. Okay. And yeah, you can't split it even though that's where the time head is. Let's see. This is the nicest way possible that it feels like when my grandparents used their iPad. Well, it shouldn't be this hard if you spent... How many years have I been using Final Cut on the Mac? Oh, and when you delete it, defaults to gap? What? That's not like the Mac version either. Why can't I delete the gap? What? Okay, so I deleted a clip, it filled it with gap. I select the gap, I hit delete, and it does nothing. It just deselects it. Is that right? So you have to condense it down like that? How do you get rid of it? Is this not a magnetic? Can use the same keyboard commands that are on the Mac. But everyone told me it's meant for touch. It's not meant for keyboard. So that's why I'm trying to do it just touch. I have a keyboard and mouse here, but I thought you're supposed to be all touch friendly. Why does it default to gap? What I don't like is the yellow bars after you cut doesn't cut right where I need it to. There's always extra dead space. Yeah, this is... When I select gap and hit the delete button, it should delete the gap, right? That's... Am I crazy for suggesting that? Like, okay, this is the intro clip of me getting into the chair. I don't need that. So I hit delete. Why is it turned to gap? I've never had the Mac version do that. That's not a touchscreen thing. That's just weird. One of the settings is off. What setting is off? I turned off audio scrubbing. I don't see why that would affect anything. Clip edits in the primary storyline will maintain project timing by... Oh, position. Turn that off. There we go. Yeah, okay, we fought. I don't know why that's on by default. I didn't check that box. Weird. Yeah, I figured it out. You guys didn't help me. I got it by myself. But yeah, okay. So you have to scroll with the time head with one finger. Come to the jump cut. Select the clip. Hit split. Let go. Scrub it again. Man, I really got to zoom in here to get it accurate. Split again. Select it. Then hit delete. Okay. Whew. This is just dandy. Split. Yeah, I'm so used to being able to scroll and move the time head simultaneously. Oh. Shoot, what'd I do? Undo that. Split. Let's listen. Okay, that was a mistake. So we'll split there. Final Cut SE. Yeah, it's very different so far. Other than the name, it feels like a very different app. Yeah, everything feels so condensed. Like I can't see that much of my timeline at a time.
As cool as it...
That's partly just the screen size, but hey, this is also the biggest iPad they make.
I do have to give some partial... I do have to give...
I can trim that back. Sorry. I think I'm allergic to iPad OS. Okay. Clip it there. Okay, I think we've established already that I haven't even color corrected yet. Is there a match color option? Would that be in here? Effects, color. Where's the triangle? Nothing. It's the same. What happened to like the Ken? I just want to. Okay, I have a little clip here. In the Final Cut for Mac, I use this thing all the time where there's just a couple. Thank you, Joe Lambert, for blessing me. Bro shook the iPad OS out of the iPad. Let me get a tissue. Hope you guys can see me all right. All right. Let me move some stuff around so you guys can see me a little better. Excuse me. Sneeze Mac OS into iPad. That might be a little bit better. It's better for scrubbing. Is it? That just moves the time head. What does this do? I can't even tell what that does. Playhead or arrows? Okay, how come you can scrub the playhead past your visible timeline? Shouldn't the timeline track with the playhead? Okay. Effects. Transitions. Blurs, objects. Backgrounds. Where? You can't tell where anything is. Where? Is it inspect? Is that what I'm looking for? Yes, it is. Okay. It's in the inspect area. No, they're not. I don't think scrubbing means what you mean it means. Okay. Color correction, automatic, color conversion, I mean. I don't want nothing, but what's in here? Video effects, audio, transform, crop tools, is that what I'm looking for? Ken Burns, jeez, that's in a lot of menus. Okay. So we activated it, we've got start and finish.
I do have to give some massive credit to them because it was Aptera originally that was pushing Tesla and the U.S. government to make the North America charging standard to make the North America charging
fell out of the stupid case. It's not. Yeah, it's the crop tool. When you select, inspect. Oh, you can keep it selected though. That's kind of nice. So it always is ready to show up. Yeah, I really want to. I'm not going to be able to scrub. I tried to scrub with this. It moves the time head, but that's not what I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move the timeline, which I thought this would do, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem to do anything. I wish there was a different way to scroll through the timeline. Why can't I move these at the same time? That would be nice. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't make it the same as the Mac. They already had Final Cut running on the same M1 chip. Okay, was that a mistake?
To make the North America charging standard the North
okay.
America charging.
It is, so we'll crop like that. But then you have to keep split. It would be so much easier if I could hit the split button as I'm holding the time head. Then I could move kind of quickly. Probably not as quick as a mouse, but letting go of the time head every time feels unnecessary. Like, what is that saving? This is a multi-touch display. It should be able to take multiple inputs. But yeah, I kind of have to stretch across. This is the Tailosive Tech official fast food style editing process. What do you think about iPad with Dynamic Island, but when you go into apps, similar to the Mac, the Dynamic Island is hidden? I don't think it makes as much sense on a screen as big as the iPad. A lot of the Mac frameworks don't exist on iPad. Put them there! Sorry, I forgot. That takes work. We can't do that. That would be too easy. We have to do it our own custom, complicated way. Yeah, okay. Well, so you guys can see how quickly I can edit with my fingers, which is definitely, I would say, like 50% slower than my Mac. It's cool the Ken Burns options are kind of just right there, though. As soon as I want to crop something or Ken Burns something. Jeez, I'm only 2 minutes in. I feel like I've been doing this for ages. Jeez. You have to be very precise when you're selecting time head versus timeline. And get a muscle memory for it here. Okay. Is that a retake thing?
Because Tesla.
Yeah. Okay. Select that. Why do I have to select the clip to cut it? That's not how the Mac version works. Sell your Mac, iPad, and iPhone and get a cellular iPad mini. Why? First of all, I don't think that works on Mint Mobile, so I'd have to switch to a carrier that costs more just to do that. The iPad mini's great. I don't see the point. Split one side of the silence and then drag the yellow part on the other side. I've never tried it that way, but I could try if you think it'll help. So cut, what you're saying, cut here, split, and then drag. I guess that's kind of fast. But then, yeah, sometimes you get these big gaps. I don't know if that's faster per se. If it's a short one, maybe it's a little faster, but... Okay. Is that a retake as well?
Yeah.
No, see, sometimes I'm trying to grab it and it wants to move the timeline instead of the clip. Mint works with iPad. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I'll only get LTE. I won't get a phone. Use the jog wheel. Okay. We'll see if that's any bit better. I already imported this footage, so I can disconnect the SSD. Okay. I'm going to retrain my brain here for a second. Let's give it a try. I'm going to come to the end of the clip, split it here, and then clip it. No, okay. How do you adjust the clip range? What? Edge? Is that what I'm looking for? No. How do you get this thing to adjust this thing? That's not it. Nudge. Oh, it's nudge. I see. Okay. I'll click here. Split. Nudge. Nope. Okay, didn't work. No, not both. Just one. Nudge. Wow. Okay. Clip. Cut. It defaults to playhead every time. That's annoying. I want it to default to nudge. Is that possible? This doesn't feel faster. I'm sorry. There's an automatic editing option that cuts the silence. Where? Tell me. I want to see that. I've heard people tell me that, but every time I ask how to do it, they never follow up. Nudge. Yeah, that doesn't feel faster. You guys are great at finding like alternative ways of doing it, but I don't think they're faster ways of it. Like that's a big cut. That one's probably easier to just delete. Okay. Cut. Crop. Let me, okay, we don't want to select the edge now. We want to select the whole clip. Delete. Ooh, okay. Need to find the gaps. How quick can I delete these? Fairly quick. Yeah, it's hard to. It's not like a very clear line where it's like this moves the timeline and this moves the time ahead. It's not. I guess you gotta tap those little ticks. Oop, nope, not that one. Not that one either. That one. Okay. Final Cut for iPad could be good if you have the time to learn it. But again, it costs more. You have to buy hardware you probably don't have. So why would you spend the extra time to learn it? If you could save money, buy a cheaper device that has the fully unlocked version. I agree with Burkhart that it's one of those, like, if you already happen to have an iPad M1 for some other reason, and you happen to want to learn a little bit more about video editing, then I guess this is an option, but okay. Well, we deleted the dead air that we have. I need more color tools. That's crop tools. Let's try reverse Ken Burns. Oh, I like that UI. We can start really small. Gives you the numbers there. That's different. Why don't you use iMovie? Doesn't have as many settings as I need. I actually haven't tried iMovie in a long time, but last time I tried it, I remember it was missing a ton of stuff. Rotation, this is scale stuff. Format, color conversion. Can we try manual? Ooh. No, that's not it. Format. Effects. No video effects. Color. Where would that be? We have hard light, negative. This isn't really what I'm looking for. Project media. That's not it. Hey, go back. It is 4K at 60. I'll give it credit for that. It's editing 4K at 60. Do I see any real advantages over LumaFusion yet? I like the UI.
Oh my god, did that just actually happen? Holy crap, without any warning in any invite or any cringy investor day or shareholder meeting.
I didn't cut out all the jump cuts that I thought there were. But it feels responsive most of the time. Any possibility of us getting a Mac Studio and Mac Pro because there's getting 3 Macs, one of them? It's possible. No one knows anything anymore. I don't trust the leakers after they change their minds 5 times a week. But I'm genuinely confused. Like, where's the color option, the color correction? All I see is these like basic filters. I guess, could I just drag a vibrancy? I didn't really do anything. Inspect. Vibrancy. There. Okay. Protect skin. Ooh. Before, after. That's not, yeah, that's not really what I want. I want the, is it color adjustments? Is that what I'm looking for? Color adjustments. Okay, where did that go? Oh, okay. They hit it in an effect section. Interesting. This is just an M1 iPad. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the same as like the Photos app editor. Oh, that's the problem. My iPad screen, my iMac screensaver went on. What if I just click? Okay, that seemed to fix it. This is the M1 iPad Pro with 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigs of RAM. So I typically would increase saturation. Oh, that takes it down. Okay, increase saturate. Wow, it goes way higher. It goes to 200. That's weird. And then I would adjust contrast, I think. That looks more YouTuber poppiness. Can I copy attributes? Render selection, expand audio components. No. Yeah, was this one of the... No. Okay, go back, please. Let me select a bunch of clips. How do you do that? Make sure you turn position off, in my opinion. No, I do have no intention on keeping this iPad, just so we're clear. I want to combine these clips. How do you drag to select? This is just how to play back the video. Paste attributes is what I'm looking for. How do you show your iPad screen? I'm just AirPlaying to my MacBook, and I'm live streaming from my MacBook. We do this all the time for the member streams. People are... Huh. Where would paste attributes be? Position on? What does that do? Position off. Where did that little scroll thing go? Did we lose it somehow? Directional, well. I could use the keyboard, but that's not going to help me find what I'm looking for. But yeah, I will definitely try the keyboard in a minute. I'm just wondering how you... I'm trying to... Something I do a lot on Final Cut, in case you're wondering, is copy the attributes, like copy the color effects I applied here. In here? Color adjustments. Mixed. They also don't have match color. Jeez. It's amazing how many things they've changed, honestly. Final Cut noob editing. It's like intro to Final Cut for babies. Copy effects. Okay, good. Then I go over here. Blur, distort, stylize, max keying. Paste effects. But, okay. I got them to pay. Oh, no! Undo. That looks horrible. Why did it look like that? Paste. It's because it's adding vibrancy. Can I just swipe to... Yeah, let's delete it like that. Okay. Delete. Copy effects. Oh, that one already looks color corrected. Paste effects. Paste effects. But how can I click and select multiple? I don't know. Okay. There's an iPadOS team considering all things they had to change. Yeah, the dots in the toolbar. So I figured out how to paste attributes, but how do you... Be cool if there was some gesture to select multiple clips. I guess they want you to use a keyboard and mouse for that, right? Well, that just increased the price. Let's expand all clips. Oh, okay, don't do that. Audio. Okay. Let me try to connect. Two-finger drag selects multiple items in iOS. Okay. I'm doing two-finger drag. Let's try it. Where's the first non-color corrected? So starting here. Two fingers. Nope, it thinks I'm trying to pinch to zoom. I'm not. Two fingers. Side by side, up and down. Nope, okay. Oh, maybe it's this one. Yeah, the check mark. Here we go. Nope. Select all. Well, I don't want to select all. Two items selected. There we go. Is there a... I can't just drag a box over them? I click them manually? Okay. Well, this is a little faster than having to hit paste effects every time. Hopefully there's a way to paste effects after I do this. Normally I should have... This is my mistake anyway. I should have color corrected it all from the beginning. But I'm just playing around with the settings, trying to familiarize. Okay. I selected them all. But where is the paste effects option? I'm scared if I hit done, it's gonna deselect them all. Please don't do that. Okay. I don't think it did that. They're all selected. Inspect. No, okay. It doesn't give me paste attributes. Okay. No, we'll not get used to it. We just won't use it. I'll just go back to the Mac version. Can get that on cheaper hardware at this point. All right, I'm plugging in the keyboard. I can move the arrow keys around. Yay! All right, let's connect the Magic Mouse. Where did you go? You're right here. I tried the dots in the top, but that just brought up the Final Cut User Guide. Okay, I'll connect the Magic Mouse here. Hello. I connected you in the stupid Magic Mouse way. Yeah, calculator on all iPads, but the equal button will only be on M1 and up. That makes sense. Where'd you go, mouse? Hello. Oh no, it's connected to the MacBook for some reason. Normally, if I plug it into a device, like I have a USB-C to Lightning cable, I'm plugging that mouse directly into. Normally, that would repair it to the device it's charging from, but maybe that doesn't work because it's an iPad. Okay, hold on a second. Let me mess with it over here. Disconnect Magic Mouse. You're plugged in, you're charging, you're good. You're good. Nope, it still wants to connect to this. Okay, we have to do this old-fashioned way. Forget this device. Forget it. Get out of here. Okay, Now you've officially disconnected. You don't know what to connect to, don't you? Don't you? You always have to go into settings, really. Okay. Let me do it here. Bluetooth. Other devices. There's no Magic Mouse. You are literally plugged into the Magic Mouse. Hello. I literally just took it out of the box. I haven't messed around with the wallpaper. Not important. Okay. It's not, the Magic Mouse isn't showing up in Bluetooth settings. I'm going to turn off Bluetooth and turn it back on. It's not so magic anymore. Well, it's great with the Macs, that's for sure. I love it with my MacBook and my iMac, but... Hello? Oh, there it is. Black Magic Mouse 2. Connected. Ha-ha! Alright, we got it. I'll AirPlay again. Okay, let's edit this again. Mess around. Sorry if the mouse is loud. Okay, that's better. It lets me scroll side to side with the mouse, which I like. That usually means... Oh no, it connected to the iMac. Why would you do that? Highlight your clips in the inspector tool, hit copy effects, and there's also a paste effects. Worked for my color grading, but I only had 3 separate clips. Might help. Well, I know how to paste effects, but I figured that out, but... You want to be able to click and drag. Let's see if the mouse lets me do it. Yes, that's what I was looking for. I guess there's no way to do that with a touch interface. I was looking for that option. Okay. What I'd really like... okay, my Magic Keyboard is connected. Okay. Oh, and it's lagging. That's fun. This is getting really choppy. Jeez. Maybe it's because it's airplane. I'm doing Command minus to zoom in. Okay, good. That's there. Really choppy, though. So... There's no... Why can't... Is there a way to turn the mouse into a razor? Why can't the mouse become a razor? When I ask for Final Cut on the iPad, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, I want what I got already. Am I supposed to just use the shortcut? Command B to split? Okay, well. It's a little bit more work than the Mac, because I can't just click the mouse. I have to do a shortcut every time. But this... Alright, I'll be honest, this is pretty smooth. It took a second to get it all situated, but this is about as fast as I can do it on my Mac. Almost.
Where the road, how Ford is gonna...
I just have to do Command.
Tesla is...
Yeah. This is more my speed that you weren't getting earlier when I was trying to do it all with the touchscreen. Well, see, what's nice is I can move the mouse around and do Command B simultaneously. I don't have to deselect the clip. Wait, did audio scrubbing turn on? Felt like it did. Sorry, I did Command plus to zoom in, sorry.
That means some...
Okay. I like this part. This part's good. This aspect of it I can get behind. The Magic Rat. I like that name.
You're not gonna have the
Okay. This is brilliant, but I like this. This is kind of cool. This is a feature I couldn't do with LumaFusion. Is there a way I can rearrange this a little bit? Sorry, the keyboard's just on my lap, basically. But if I can put it up on the desk, maybe push you guys back a bit. I wonder if the screen sharing hurts your performance. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. It is kind of a fairly high resolution display. Okay, okay. Now we're cooking.
Elon mentioned on the Elon mentioned
This feels like final. Now this is pod racing. This I like. This feels almost like I'm on my Mac. I use the Command B on the Mac all the time. That looks so much better on the iPad. I don't know if I'd say it looks better, but it's close to the Mac version. I feel like this is the first thing on the iPad that feels like the Mac version.
Because yes, this means that pretty much all.
Okay. If I hold Command, I should get the shortcuts. Okay, deselect all, copy, cut, pin to storyline, favorite, insert a playhead, play reverse. That's funny. They included play reverse in case you're editing the Tenet movie. Show inspector, command floor, play pause, Final Cut Pro. Weird that there's no Command E though.
And then the more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I feel like we're getting somewhere.
You'll just
Permanently delete the wallpapers on our iPhones and Apple Watches faces. Who's Rob? Who are you talking to?
And the connector will fit. And the.
Okay.
If the super.
Retake. Yeah, this is definitely much better with a keyboard and mouse, that's for sure.
I think it would be really cool. Communication.
That's definite. Would you recommend to get the iPad Air over the iPad 10th gen? No, I wouldn't get either, to be honest.
Ideally, I think the best case scenario would you just pull up.
If I were you, I would get a. Okay, now it's not listening. Hello? If I were you, I would get a renewed or refurbished iPad Pro from 2020 or 2018. If you're considering the iPad 10, that means you don't need the M1 chip very badly.
But I didn't see them explicitly. But I didn't hear.
Would you? Rob is my favorite Apple chip.
In 2020, all the Ford once the Ford EVs.
Wait.
All the Ford EVs.
Okay. It's weird there's no compound clips. I use that a lot, where you click and drag a bunch of clips to combine them. I'm not.
He was so.
This ain't speed running. This is just how I edit personally. If if you've ever turned into the members only streams, you guys have seen me do this before.
Better the role.
All right. The other thing I'm curious about trying is the intro and outro clips I have for my videos. Will that be compatible? Jim? Refurbished iPad Pro or MacBook Air M1?
At the end of the day,
I would say the only reason to get an iPad, in my opinion, a legitimate reason, would be... Okay, this is laggy. Oh, God. Oh, yikes. That's choppy. Okay. Please, relax. Okay. Now it's getting hard. Okay. Now I can't even scroll side to side.
There's like three.
I feel like someone could write an AI in a day that could do this. I've been saying that for years, and I've been asking for it. Please, someone make one. And no one's ever done it. No one's ever been able to show me something that emulates this, or write an AI that can do it, because I keep looking. I keep asking. It's getting really choppy, though. And this has 16 gigs of RAM. This type of edition on Final Cut Pro. I don't know the battery life, but we're at 50%. Just to show you, we have basically no other apps running. It's pretty much just Final Cut.
The U.S. government should mandate.
There's not a way to adjust the playback, is there? Oh, no, here it is. Oh, we're already on performance mode for playback. It wasn't even on quality. I thought it must be wrong. Okay. Oh, video scope. Waveform. Oh, that's not what I want.
The U.S. government should mandate.
Maybe it's because of it.
But the last.
Maybe. Would I pay $5 a month for an AI editor? If it worked exactly the way I wanted it to, yes. But my guess is that if someone designed it, it would have some critical issue that makes it annoying, because then you have to watch it back. And because sometimes there's clips that you need to take out. Maybe the AI could be smart enough to detect when I make a mistake, but...
And of course the press...
1650 during the live stream. It is very choppy, to be honest.
There is literally...
And I haven't even color corrected all this yet. Okay. Good feelings gone. Now it's just... Is the iPad getting hot? I assume so. Let me feel it for a second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not the hottest I've ever felt a computer get. It's not, like, boiling, but... No, it's warm. It's definitely warm. Okay, back you go. Let's see what else I can do to you. I'm just going to get rid of all the dead air and then focus on adding in some stuff. So, yeah, you can't deactivate a clip. Yeah, when you press V, that doesn't deactivate it. It's amazing how many things they changed. It feels like brand new app. Yeah, I feel like you could have branded this as something else. If I were Apple, I wouldn't have called this Final Cut Pro. I would have called it like Final Cut Plus or something. Like it's Final Cut Introductory Disappointment Activated. This is choppy. Okay, I don't know if this will be probably boring for you guys, but let me turn off AirPlay for a second. So you guys can't see the screen for a minute, so hang tight. But I'm just going to see if it removes the lag, and I'll describe to you what's going on. I'm cutting. It's still kind of choppy, yeah. It's definitely not 120 hertz anymore.
Ford will put the next.
There's those quad speakers in action. Yeah, okay. Sorry. The AirPlay had no effect on the performance, so I might as well show you guys. I don't think it's the AirPlay. You could call it Final Cut Light. Final Cut Thin. It's like Budweiser Light. Oh, jeez, it's really slowing down. My God. I have a hard time believing that just getting the M2 chip would magically fix all this lag. I really don't think that's it. I think it's probably just not used to having this many cuts or something.
Ford's gonna flood.
No, I know it can handle AirPlay and editing, because I've done this exact same thing I'm doing right now with an M1 MacBook Air. That doesn't have fans either. Maybe it has a better heatsink?
The good news is Ford relative.
We're almost to the end of this, I think. Here. Oh,
as many EV because Tesla's putting up a new.
Okay. Disappointment activated. I think this is more of a skill issue. Man, it was really going smooth there for a minute. It's probably using a ton of RAM. I would love to see how much RAM it's using, but there's no way to check that. Okay. Yeah, I'll close it and see if it helps. Because we don't need that open. We don't need that open. We don't need any of this open. I don't want to look at this crap. Can we remove this? I don't need your garbage widgets. I don't need to know the weather. Clock! Thank you. Remember the M1 chip doesn't have a media engine. But I have edited videos on the M1 MacBook Air. It did not chug like this. Okay, scrolling back. Yeah, it's still lagging. That did not help. Command plus to zoom in. Wait, come back. There we go. Reboot the iPad too. Gee, might be bad RAM management. M1 MacBook Air has more thermal to handle heat better than the iPad. Why, just because of the thickness of it, or? So is the M1 chip being throttled while I'm editing this because it's getting too hot and the iPad has no real way to cool it off? Is that what we're experiencing? Maybe update the iPad. I mean, it's the latest version of Final Cut, so. I'll try everything. Don't worry. iPad mini would handle Final Cut when it finally gets M1 shipped. I mean, this can barely handle Final Cut. I don't know why the iPad mini could handle it any better. I don't think so. I think the iPad mini, because the battery is so much smaller, they won't put an M1 chip in it. I think they'll continue putting A-series chips. I'm showing you the iPad screen by airplaying to my MacBook Pro.
That's rumored to be, and that will probably...
That. Had to edit this video twice today. My God. And by the way, if it looks laggy, that's how it looks on the display. That is not an issue of AirPlay. That is just genuinely, like, when you see it buffer like that, that's literally what it looks like. Try everything. Try everything.
Both thanks to the peak charging speeds, the simplicity,
Thermal mass. Why do you have to select the clip? I don't. You should be able to you should be able to set your cursor as the razor. That's how it works on the Mac, and that's very helpful.
and it's so
But yeah, this side-scrolling editing workflow thing with the mouse is something I didn't see on Luma Fusion.
Adopt Nax in their vehicle. Adopt Nax. I can't wait. I can't.
Okay, that's a retake. Do I normally use low-res proxy media? No. It uses the full file just like I'm doing right now. I typically import it. iPad can't edit footage off of external drives because insert iPadOS team joke here. Yeah, that was sung by Gazelle.
That in five.
The select clip thing you can change if you want to select just the edges of things, which you don't have a menu bar for this on the Mac version because the mouse is precise enough. But I guess their logic is the cursor isn't precise enough.
In 5, 10, or 20 years, you won't even.
Yeah, the cuts don't look super precise. You can't hover with the Apple Pencil. Yeah, that would solve all my problems, sure. Why don't they allow Final Cut on iPad Air? The iPad Air with M1 chip should get it. What are you talking about? It's got the M1. Well, I will admit it is running very quietly. No fan noise, which is good. iMac Pro is making more noise and it's not doing anything. But this lag is disappointing. Jeez. Feels like I'm editing it off of a SSD, but I'm not. Okay, we can delete that clip. Maybe that was slowing me down. I don't know. there many settings? Maybe it's trying to render stuff in the background or something. Download demo project. No, don't need that. Timeline settings. No, that's fine. Maybe it'd be easier if I was editing 1080 at 60. I don't know. Yeah, so the base iPad Air won't have memory swap. That's a good point. I'm using the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro with a terabyte of storage and 16 gigs of RAM. How am I liking it so far? I will concede and admit this is probably the best editing app I've ever used on an iPad. In terms of the UI friendliness, the options, being able to have the collapsible timeline. But geez, it really is laggy. That's not the live stream, by the way. It's not actually lagging like that. That's really how it looks. You should try to record, edit, and post a video off the iPad. I feel like I do that every year and everyone forgets that I've already done it, but they want me to do it again with Final Cut now. You can tell. Trust me, it's quite obvious when you record a video on an iPad. Everyone notices immediately. SSD speed, that's the difference from the MacBook Air. Why would the SSD speed be different, though? They're both NANDs. They're both powered by M1. Actually, the MacBook Air I reviewed was a 256 gig SSD, whereas this is a 1 terabyte. So, if anything, shouldn't this one be faster? No. First impressions, I do not think, at least in its current state, it is worth $5 a month. I think you should leave the silences in one of your videos and see if anyone notices. That's what a live stream is. The only difference between an edited video and a live stream is breathing for me. I wonder if there's a way to adjust appearance. I don't need the... On the Mac version, there's a way to get rid of the video thumbnails here, which are not that useful for me. But on this version, I don't see an option. Audio meters. Oh. Yeah, that's not really helpful. I don't need that. I can see the waveform. Okay. But please, anyone who has a bot that knows how to recreate what I'm doing, let me know. I will pay for it. Well, we already knew the long-range Model 3 was less than the previous version, but the theory is that it's because it's a higher cycle life chemistry that is more affordable. Also, keep in mind, Jasmine, the last long-range Model 3 that had the 360-mile range also cost $12,000 more than the new long-range. So, okay, the range went down 30 miles, but the price went down $12,000. So, I don't think that's inexcusable. I actually think most people would take that compromise. Would you say Final Cut Pro on iPad is better, worse, or just as you expected? In some way, that's a good question, Margel. It's a complex answer. I will say the ability to have the scrubbing time head like this, I didn't see that in the ads, because all the ads for Final Cut mostly just showed it in touch mode, not keyboard and mouse mode. I really like that feature, that you can just move your mouse across the timeline and scrub. LumaFusion and DaVinci don't really do that. And I like that I can just use a keyboard shortcut to cut through these clips as I'm moving my time head around. That's cool. So I will admit that part of the experience is better than expected. It's more than I was anticipating. On the opposite side, though, I expected not to have this many lag issues. It's honestly kind of concerning considering how little intensive stuff I'm doing. Like, I know how fast the M1 chip is. I know it's a very, very capable chip. I remember when I unboxed the M1 MacBook Air, I was putting layers upon layers of 4K at 60 clips. I made an 8K project timeline, and it was just chowing down, no problem. And this is struggling to load the waveforms here. Like, I'm having to wait and wait and wait. I have to click on them and it still doesn't show them. So the performance is actually, like, I knew the M1 chip was fast. I was more expecting it to be just a UI frustration. And I guess it's kind of different than what I expected in that way, because the UI is actually... I wouldn't say it's as good as the Mac version by any means, but it's better than I thought, but the performance is much worse than I thought. Hey, speaking of editing on an iPad, hey, Nick. Talk about me up late. It's only 9:20 p.m. where I am. Where you are, it's like almost midnight. Yeah, I have the 1 terabyte iPad, so I don't think the issue is the SSD speed. Thank you, Drew, for the super chat. That's completely unnecessary. But thank you. No, I'm in Cupertino time. Yeah, I really didn't think the M1 chip would cause this much of a bottleneck. Maybe it's because it's a 120 hertz display? Should I try turning that off? Accessibility, motion, reduce motion. Oh no, it's limit frame rate. That's what it is. Okay, we're down to 60 FPS. You guys probably can't tell the difference. Oh, maybe that smoothed it out. Whoa, interesting.
In 2020, all the Ford EVs in 2020, once the Ford EVs, all the Ford EVs.
Okay, that was all mistakes. Jeez. Could not get that part right. I think the performance took a noticeable... Okay, no, it's still kind of laggy. At least first reaction, though. Nick says, am I liking it? I mean, not really. It's kind of what I expected. My expectations were low, but no, it's not making me go, oh, you don't need a Mac anymore, you know. This is not a good reason to buy an iPad. This is one of those, like, additional, like, perks of an iPad. Like, you buy an iPad for note-taking, right? In my opinion, that's the only justification for an iPad, is Apple Pencil stuff. That's why you should buy an iPad, for taking notes and drawing, because that's something you can't really do on the iPhone or the Mac. Media consumption, I feel like most people do on their phones anyway, and a Mac can do media consumption just fine. Video editing, I still think a Mac is probably going to be cheaper than this, especially spec for spec, once you get a keyboard case and 256 gigs of storage. This is way more expensive than a MacBook Air. Yeah, I turned off AirPlay to see if it would make a difference, and it did not make a difference, unfortunately. It does feel a little bit funny that the performance it feels a little bit more responsive once I turned off 120 hertz. So that could be part of the problem. The M1 chips on iPads in general scaled down in performance compared to the MacBooks. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, but it's feeling a little bit smoother now. It's feeling a little bit more responsive. Which native Apple app do you feel needs the most restructuring? Native Apple app. I don't think there's much I would say needs restructuring. I guess settings, because I want optimized battery charging. Is that a cop-out answer? Okay, there's our color correction. So I'm going to zoom out. Let me see how it crashes here. Can I... Ooh, what the heck? I didn't hold down command. What? Ooh, that's choppy. Jeez. Okay. Totally gonna make Hollywood movies on my iPad mini, but Final Cut isn't compatible. Don't worry, you're not missing much, in my opinion. I think you're giving enough money to Apple already, Nick. So there's no way to do... Well, that's cool that it drags out the timeline. I was half expecting that not to work. What's wrong with those apps? Why do they need to restructure them? Wait, right-click doesn't do anything? I right-clicked them to see the options. Yeah, can we get optimized battery charging first? Let's work on that before we start restructuring the Apple Music app. Okay, so here's the attributes. Can I copy that clip and then this is what I do on Mac. Shift Command V. Nope. Okay, that doesn't work. We got effects. There's no video effects here, but there is here. Color adjustments. Copy effects. We'll select this and this. Wait. You can't select multiple clips by holding shift? What? Is it control? Oh, that does some right click thing. But right click doesn't do anything. That's interesting. Option. Command. No, there's no. You have to click and drag. You can't just hold down shift. Is the Final Cut app battery efficient? My iPad is draining the same percent watching the live stream. I guess. It's at 41%. I don't know if that's good. I don't really have much to compare it to. The classical music app doesn't need restructuring. It just needs to exist on the iPad. Okay, so I have to, every time I want to paste effects, I have to select the clip. Excuse me. Select the clip and hit paste effects. And there's no way to make a compound clip and apply all the effects to the timeline. Okay, this is fun. Keep in mind the iPad might also be charging the keyboard. I don't think that would slow it down, but my keyboard is plugged in. Okay, yeah, that's going to take a long time. I'm just play it. I'm just going to play it back for a minute and see if it struggles. Could the iPad mini get the M1 chip in the future or no? It's not like physically impossible. It's just kind of a bad idea because the iPad mini has to have a physically smaller battery in it. And because it's smaller, it's going to be more thermally constrained. So I don't think it makes much sense because of how small it is. It is closer in size to an iPhone, honestly. So you probably are better off putting an A series of chip in there, which are still going to be pretty fast. I mean, I would argue there's a decent chance the A17 chip will probably be very close in performance to the M1. So I think you might be just getting obsessed with the branding of it. Will it get an M series chip? No, it doesn't need to. Honestly, I don't think they need to put any more M1 chips in things. Newsflash, Drew, you're like 2% of iPad users who give a crap that Final Cut Pro is on iPad. I don't really give a crap. I'm just doing this because you guys wanted me to. You're using a Mac keyboard and not the Magic Keyboard, right? Well, technically, it's called a Magic Keyboard, but yes, it is not the Magic Keyboard case. Same for Snapchat. It exists on iPad, but only the iPhone SE 8 version. No, that doesn't count. No one cares that Final Cut Pro is on the iPad. Then why did you click on this live stream? You seem to have cared a little bit. I think a lot of people cared. When the news came out, a lot of people were talking about it. I understand that not every human, man, woman, and child in Africa cares about Final Cut on the iPad. I'm just saying, there was some people asking for this for a long time, and now we kind of have it. But so the playback seems okay. Something I would like to try now is I have some transparent video files that I use for my intros and outros, and I would like to airdrop them, and some music files, actually. See, I can select command and select multiple files. It's so helpful. I'm going to try to airdrop them to the iPad and see what happens. So I'm airdropping now. Oh, wow. Look at this. You guys need to see this. Oh, I can't show you because it's frozen. Yes, iPad doesn't let me do two things at once. So the second I tried to airdrop it, it said, airdrop failed. Cannot receive all of these items at the same time. Okay, I'll hit OK. I'll check the Files app. Go back to AirPlay here. Oh, there we go. On my iPad. No, it did not make it over. Reasons? No, none of them made it over. Let's see. Oh no, Josh just broke the back glass of his iPhone. That's not good. I hope you have Apple Care. There's a way to apply color effects onto multiple clips. Click and drag your mouse to select multiple effects. Click a color filter like vibrancy, then press apply. No, that's... I don't want vibrancy. I need the effects. Vibrancy doesn't look right. This is how I want it to be color corrected. You can disagree with me, but that's how I like the color. If I just... Here's if I just drag vibrancy. Wow, what a difference. Honestly, I can hardly tell the difference between vibrancy and the normal clip. Effects, amount. Is it doing anything? What the heck? Okay, it did do a little bit. You can only, so you're saying you can only put a preset color on a bunch of clips, but I can't just color correct it the way I want it and then drag it them all. Let's see. Upgrade to AirDrop Plus to send larger files. I think the mixed reality headset was rumored to use a Pro chip. It wasn't M1 or M2. But I think Apple's done putting the M1 chip in things. I don't think they're going to put any more M1s in anything. Try the color effect. Well, the color effects just gives you tools. It doesn't know my presets. At least I don't think it does. Okay, let me... Vibrancy, we can get rid of that one. So, I'm going to select a bunch of clips like this. Then I'm going to drag color adjustments. And it crashed! Ladies and gentlemen, we have experienced our first Final Cut Pro crash on a public build, no beta testing, on an $1,000 iPad system. It crashed. Whew! Okay. Is there not a way to join clips together? No, I don't think there is. Edit. Where did the timeline go? What the heck? Why is it way back there? That's weird. Okay. I thought it erased the whole project. I was going to get real mad, but I was like, nah, Final Cut always makes it impossible to lose your progress. Okay. Great software. Okay, I select a bunch of clips. I go in here. Color adjustments. Let's try it again. Okay. Nothing changed. Multiple clips selected, so I can't inspect them. Select a single clip in the timeline or browser to make edits and view info. So, if there was a way to make a preset, maybe? Filter preview, nothing. That's funny. Erased everything. So when you can't combine clips together, which I think is a very massive omission. Compound clips I do all the time. I have 16 gigs of RAM on this iPad. It's the 1 terabyte M1 iPad Pro. Man, I really should have put that in the title. Yeah, you probably would still be asking me what I'm using. That makes it kind of annoying. So I guess the lesson is color correct your footage before you start cutting it, because you can't paste attributes later, which is kind of frustrating. Especially if you're filming B-roll and layering footage on top of itself. I don't know. I really want to find a way to do it if there's a way to do it, but I just can't. I guess it's kind of cool that you can go through auto crop. What does that do? The selected clip matches the timeline aspect ratio. Does not read comp. Okay. The Ken Burns effect is nice. I have apps and websites crashing all the time on my iPad 5 with 2 gigs of RAM. Well, that makes more sense. Yeah. So you just edit it, and then you can drag the end around, or you can click the start to adjust that. I like that UI. The Ken Burns UI is good.
Like, this is the last piece of the puzzle, in my opinion. Getting legacy automakers on board. And Ford, by the way, is a huge one. They've been selling the best-selling vehicle in the United States for the
Is that an AirPlay problem or a playback problem? I'm going to turn off AirPlay for just a second. So sit tight for a minute. I just want to see if it fixes it.
It is a huge one. They've been selling the best-selling vehicle in the United States for the past 40 years, the F-150. And to have Ford themselves, who maintains a huge market, and to have Ford themselves, which is very close behind all the other F-150, and to have Ford themselves...
I think it was just the AirPlay. I don't think that was actually lag on the playback. Okay, so does the iPad just straight up not support certain MOV files? Let me try to airdrop just one file here. Oh, I think it's sending this time. I think that worked. Photos would like to send you notification. No. Whoa, okay. It showed up in Photos. That's a good sign. All right. Media. Media types. All. Where's... How do I import more? Is it like that? Import from Photos. There we go. Yes. Add. That might work. Oh, sorry. You guys can't see this. My bad. AirPlay. There we go. Okay. So I was able to drag in my intro.
American charging standard. This is so fun to say. I've been...
Okay. I will just add a fake little intro here. So I can't... Can I just grab the volume slider? If I want to adjust... No, you have to click volume and then adjust it. Hey, how's it going? The iPad is 16 gigs of RAM for the record. You cannot buy... Even a $2,500 iPad would have the same amount of RAM as this one. It's a pretty high-end iPad. Let me drag that in. Hey, it works! Okay, that's good. I'm impressed that it was able to... Wait, can I not just click and drag that in? How do I... Is there no delete all either? I mean, not delete all. Cut through all. If I select both and then I hit... Yeah, that'll cut too. Okay.
This is so fun to say.
Interesting.
I've been advocating for this for months.
Okay, so that part works. Finally fixed the iOS app crash after you close an app. I never had that bug, to be honest. File's not working. Maybe iPadOS 17 will get better. It's weird that it put this file right in the Photos app, but I'm glad that I can just drag it into Final Cut and it works without a plugin or anything. Okay. Well, that's refreshing. So I guess the lesson is do one audio file at a time? Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a video I've already edited, but yeah, actually, let's mess around with that. Let's... Does this do multitasking? There's no 3 dots at the top. What could this... Hold on a second. I don't know what's going to be pulled up if I hit Safari. Okay. Let me look up pictures. Do lightning. All right, this is fine. We can show this. You can't color correct more than one clip at a time. Kind of cringe. Maybe in the next update. I know, that seems like a very bizarre omission. So, we have 3 dots at the top. Let's do slide over. Final Cut. All right, this is something I would kind of need to do regularly. Oh, that's tiny. Images. F-150. Is just right click not a thing on this? What the heck? Mouse. Would that be under accessibility? It's pointer control. Ooh. Pointer animation. Scrolling. Whoa, that's fun. I'm impressed with something. You keep the sword in the background as a threat to other EV YouTubers? Absolutely. Yeah, why wouldn't I? The pixel's okay. I'll review the pixel soon. Probably tomorrow. Is there no way to activate a right click? Should I just search it? Right click. I guess that's not... Right clicking is indeed a thing. Then why doesn't the option show up? Oops, not in there, sorry. I don't need messages. This is a Final Cut machine. I just want to, so I have to hold it like that and hit save to photos. And then I can come back to Final Cut. Swipe you to the side for a second. And then hit import. And then hit photos. And then find the picture. And then drag the picture into the... No. You can't do that. So you have to select the picture, add it to the project, then move it into the timeline. Okay. It's in. And then we inspect it. And then we hit transform. And then we hit crop tools. And then we hit Ken Burns. Like that. And then you have your B-roll. Right clicking is called secondary click under general trackpad and mouse. Okay, is that... Trackpad and mouse. Oh, why is that off? Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
And of course, Aptera, who's been
Oh, that was a mistake.
because no one had really announced anything other than, of course, Aptera, who's been advocating and playing.
That is not the Aptera, but this is just an editing test, so relax. How can I don't want edge.
Who's been advocating and planning on using the Tesla connector since the very beginning, but I do have to give some massive...
I want to be able to drag and drop directly from Safari, but windowed multitasking is so much more complicated. Let's no, not note. Oh my god. Let me do Stage Manager. My favorite. Oh, settings. Okay. Okay. Can I shrink you down at all? No? Okay. That's okay. We don't need options. What are those? Let's switch. It's so skinny. Let me adjust it out like this. So it's kind of hard. Because there's not really like a downloads button. You just save to photos, I guess. And then, yeah, I don't know how I would get two apps going at once. Like that, I guess. Drag. Now, what about a screenshot? Okay, you know what? I don't like Stage Manager. I'm happy you guys like it, but I just can't find a good use for it. Let me ignore it for a second. Expand your screen in settings. Yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? It's been a minute. Display zoom. More space. Changing display zoom. Let's restart. Oh. Do we need to reset? Nah. We don't need to do it. There's no one trying out Logic Pro, the one I've been waiting for. I have zero experience with the Mac version, so I don't think my opinion on the iPad version will be very useful because I have nothing to compare it to basically. Okay.
That was pushing Tesla and the U.S. government to make the North America charging standard the official standard that all electric vehicles use because CCS sucks so bad.
Okay, so let's pull up CCS. CCS 1. Images. And then, oh my god, look how chunk it is. So, save the photos. Final Cut. Oh! Our second official crash! I tried Stage Manager for 5 seconds. Disabled immediately. Why does it keep jumping to like way past the timeline? I completely lost my place. Okay, we got a lot of side scrolling.
Pushing Tesla and the U.S. government to make the North American charging standard
Well, that's fun and laggy.
standard that all
Look how small the buttons are now. That's kind of nice. Can I move this up? Is that adjustable? Yeah, that's better. I like that.
electric vehicles use because CCS sucks so bad and it
So, when you want to import, it's very simple. You just drag in photos. And then... What? Don't sync to iCloud! No! I don't want you up there. So, I have photos here. I have Final Cut here. And you're telling me I can't grab a photo from Photos, drag it into the timeline? Why is there a no sign? Also, that needs a name. What is that no... What do I do? Copy. Paste. Where's the paste key? Don't go to sleep, iMac. Yeah, I'm on the biggest iPad they make. 12.9 inches. So you can't just drag it in like that. That makes me mad. Okay, full screen. No, I guess Final Cut can't be done in split screen, so that doesn't work. Okay, so the only way... I tried drag and drop. It didn't work. See, I can drag this in. Drag, drop. Drag. Do I have to drag it into the project media? Oh. A second drag and drop. I see. You just want this to be hard. Yes, the iPad was reset before the video began. Before editing began, at least. Okay, so then we hit inspect, then we hit crop, then we hit crop tools, then we hit Ken's Burns. Okay, let's pan up from the top to bottom. Can you move, please? It's not moving. All right. 34%. We're fine. We got plenty of battery. You can only drag other photos and videos into your project media. Why? That's not how it works on the Mac.
standard that all electric vehicles use because CCS sucks so bad and it's so great to hear Ford and it's so great to hear Ford.
Oh, that was a mistake too.
CCS sucks so bad, and it's so great to hear Ford and Jim Farley acknowledge that themselves publicly. Aptera kind of kickstarted this movement, but of course they are a startup. They don't have vehicles on the road yet. It's a much bigger deal. Like, this is the last piece of...
Does Shift Command 4 still work for screenshots? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's cool. Maybe a more effective way. I wish you could just see your photo library in here. Is that an option? I don't have to import every time. How does that... Guys, what does this do? Oh, I see. It brings up that thing. That's kind of pointless when you're using keyboard and mouse, though. As an iPad-only user, I've learned every workaround. This is nothing new for me. I know there's workarounds. I just think when you're spending this kind of money on a tablet, you shouldn't have to do workarounds.
Because CCS sucks so bad, and it's so...
All right, so if I just went to Safari and pulled up... Okay, I'll pull up. I just searched Aptera. My favorite startup in the world, by the way. I didn't get to interview Tim Cook, but I did get to interview the CEO of this company. So, yeah, okay. So if I visit the webpage and I just want a screenshot of this or something. Boy, this page sucks, actually. There you go. X. I can just do Shift Command 4. I can even crop it a little bit. I can hit save. Ooh, save to files. Oh, now I have to pick. Okay, save it to on my iPad, and then back to Final Cut. And we're gonna import from files on my iPad. Screenshot. Open. File shows up. Drag it in. Yeah, it's kind of a few extra steps in there. We're still at 34%. What are you guys worried about? Are you those anxious people that plug in their devices when they dip below 50%. Man, it really is making you guys anxious. Yeah, I'm using my mouse with it. I haven't used a mouse pad in years. I'm really stressing you guys out, aren't I? This is fun.
Yet it's a much bigger deal. Like, this is the last piece of the puzzle, in my opinion. Getting legacy automakers on board, and Ford, by the way, is a huge one. They've been selling the best-selling vehicle in the United States for the past 40 years, the F-150, and to have Ford themselves.
This almost feels like normal. It's like almost there. I kind of just wish we had a downloads folder here, but wait, that's macOS. If you're using them in a commentative form, you're allowed to use pictures from other people. It's called fair use. Usually no, but it's plummeting. We're at 33%. Well, I'm going to wait till we're at 1% now because you guys are so angry. They showed the iPad with the Pro camera app. Yeah, there was an option for that earlier, but I am blanking on where that is. I still don't know what that position
all the other
is.
Making the Chevy.
What did that position thing do? There was an option earlier to record a video, but now I don't see it. Okay, this is... Oh, that's kind of cool. You can export just a current frame. I don't even know if that's possible. It's probably this button, the camera button. I'm an idiot. That makes a lot of sense. No, Final Cut, you may not access the camera. What's behind? What are you guys going to see? Oh. Guess what, everybody? No! Well, keep that to yourselves. Okay. We're going to AirPlay. And see the iMac Pro chin and the Pixel. It's disgusting. Okay, so we have video mode at 4K at 30. It tells me I have, oh, that's interesting, 75 hours of screen time and volume indicator at the bottom. That's kind of interesting. It kind of moves in real time. Preferences, tools, mirror front camera, audio, input source. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, input source. Ooh. I want to play with that. What is that? Wait. Can I plug in my Zoom mic? Let me get the Quack adapter. Wait, can you do ProRes on the front camera? Probably not. It's not even 4K on the front camera. Come on. Your disk is tainted with Android. I know. Okay, well, at least you guys can see me. Hold on. I'm going to get the mic. I want to see if it can change input. That's interesting. Over here, audio, input source. That's good. That's good. Okay. I want to see options over here. Okay. iMac chin isn't disgusting, but the Pixel 6a is. That's fair, James. Oh, hi, James. How long have you been here? I only ran my MacBook all the way down to 0%. Okay, I'm plugging in. This is my Zoom mic that I record all my videos with. And I'm plugging it into my Quack USB-C adapter. This is cool. Okay. I'm going to boot it up here. It should have power. Yeah, it does have power. This is good. This is good. Audio interface. Stereo mix. PC Mac. Doesn't have iPad as an option. It has an H6. So now it should be... Let's test this. Oh, wow. I was not expecting there to be audio input options. That's nice. Okay. Oh my god. The speaker outputted to the microphone. What the heck? And it's giving me volume levels in real time. That's kind of fun. 2 angles of Drew, yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Does this mean that I can record using my external microphone directly into my iPad? If so, I would love to do this with my iPhone. If my iPhone had USB-C, that would make it so much fun. Okay, stop recording. Yeah, the speaker is coming out of the Zoom. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna hit done. We're gonna just scroll to the end here. Why won't it play? What the heck? Oh my god. Why is it going? I guess my Magic keyboard disconnected for some reason. That's okay. We know what the keyboard and mouse is like. Let's just import here. See how it sounds. Except, how do you control the audio output? We don't want it outputting to the H6. That doesn't make sense. Can I just turn that off? AirPlay is unavailable when an external... It's not a display, it's a microphone. See, this is what I mean by audio MIDI settings. Okay, fine. I'll just unplug the mic. I guess I don't need to leave it plugged in. Excuse me. So I can plug the keyboard back in, please. All right, let's give that a listen. Oh my god. The speaker outputted to the microphone. What the heck? It sounds so good
in real time. That's
Whoa!
2 angles of Drew, yeah.
It sounds beautiful.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Does this mean that I can record using my external microphone directly into my iPad? If so, I would love to do this with my iPhone. If my iPhone had USB-C, that would make it so much fun. Okay.
Whoa. That's awesome. They've never given you like mic input options before, as far as I can tell. I don't think they did. Microphone. Yeah, no, the microphone settings never... It's clips requested to use microphone. But never like select iPad mic versus select external mic. So it's not as customizable per se as my Mac is, obviously. There's audio MIDI settings so that I control the audio output. That's why it was annoying, because the audio was coming out of the microphone for no reason. Thank you, Tyler Forte, by the way, for 22 months of Ultra. That's very kind of you. Not 22 months of Ultra, but 22 months of support. Tyler Forte is the absolute mad lad. But yeah, I'm on the M1 iPad Pro. No, I haven't fallen in love with it, but this is a nice unexpected feature. It sounds great. My external microphone directly into my iPad? If so, you could use external mics for a very long time. You just couldn't select which mic ever. I've done it in the past, but it sounded horrible. Like there was no input settings and it was all bass boosted. Like it didn't sound like that at all. Last time I tried it, it was basically just you plug in an external mic and hope for the best. But now that they let you record straight from the back. Yeah. That's awesome. It'll flip it around. It does 4K at 60, right? Yeah. How high quality does that get? Could try to do video, all shot, preferences 4K at 60. Tools. Audio though. That's cool. I love that. That actually gets me really excited for USB-C on the iPhone, because then I could theoretically plug in my mic here directly to my iPhone, and then the final video file already has this audio attached to it, and then I could export the videos off the USB-C iPhone because it has Thunderbolt instead of Lightning. That's kind of cool. Where's ProRes, though? I didn't see that. I guess you can't change it there. Not that ProRes really matters, but I don't see the option for it. Oh, was that an M2 thing? Am I forgetting? Or did they... I thought... Did they let you record in ProRes on the M1? Now I can't remember. Huh. Okay. Fascinating, though. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. I wish the iPhone would give you settings like that. Okay, you're right.
Have an excellent rest of your day.
Where's the audio fading options? Those aren't there either. What happened with that? Soundtracks. How is that? No, I don't want to download it. I just want to hear it. Catchy. Oh no, is this going to get copyright claimed now? So what happens if I drag that in? Does it just fill the whole thing? Can you record audio directly into the Mac Final Cut Pro anyway? Yeah, I think so.
Without any warning and any invite or any cringy investor day or shareholder meetings, Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford Motor Company, and Elon Musk
Very Apple-like to give the iPad a better camera app than iPhone. And yet the iPhone has the better camera. You know, how backwards is that? How lame is that? It's very weird. Given I don't have the money to buy Final Cut on the MacBook Air, but I could afford the monthly fee, would it be worth it since I want to start doing Create on YouTube? I don't know. Do you have a keyboard case? I have a harder time recommending it if you're just using the touchscreen. If you don't have a Mac, but you do have an iPad, I don't know. Try that. If you have an iPad that can do it, at least try the free trial. You get 30 days for free. It's worth giving that a shot and see if you can get comfortable with it.
They dominate the total vehicle market for now. They dominate the total...
Another mistake there.
Electric vehicle automakers, but Ford, they dominate the total vehicle market for now.
LumaFusion is $20, so you break even after 4 months. After 4 months of using it, LumaFusion becomes cheaper.
Well, you know, Electrify America's pretty good. It's not very good. Just follow rate.
Yeah, so the performance is a little lackluster for me. Information. Wow, 4K 60, thank you. But yeah, being able to plug in my mic and using the iPad camera is pretty great. Yeah, I'll admit, considering what we're doing, the battery life has held up pretty well. It's only at 29%, which is nice.
There is literally no reason, in my opinion, to keep selling CCS on your vehicles, or at least...
But, yeah, it supports the outro video
have an
files,
excellent rest of your day.
which is cool. I guess the lesson is color correct before you start, because you cannot paste your color correct features across. Yeah, DaVinci doesn't feel as fluid or user-friendly as this, but yeah, it is free. But I would say it feels like a decent start if you're just trying to toy around with video editing, but I don't see it replacing Final Cut on the Mac, personally. Just as a little bit of a option for you to save some money long-term if you really are planning on doing video editing all the time. You can get the Final Cut through the Pro Apps Bundle. Just look up Pro Apps Bundle for Education, and Apple will sell you Final Cut, Logic, Motion, Compressor for $200, and you don't need to actually prove that you're in education. There's no step where they ask for a student email or anything. So that makes it fairly tempting. Simply Sora says can't handle 10 streams of 8K red raw video. Trash. Well, it definitely can't, but it also struggled to handle 4K at 60 ProRes, which I have thrown 8K at 60 ProRes on a M1 MacBook Air, and it did it fine. This definitely chugged along, and it's definitely missing a lot of things. I'm just very confused why they released it now. I've never used Final Cut on any device nor any video editing. Well, that's great, because this isn't very easy if you're used to Final Cut on the Mac. You might be better off if you've never used Final Cut, to be honest. I will concede and admit this is the best video editing app on the iPad I have ever seen. No, it is not as good as the Mac version. I would say it's 60% of the Mac version in terms of functionality and how well it performs. But still, it's the best in terms of functionality the iPad's ever been. But it's not where, in my opinion, it needs to be to justify the price. At the end of the day, Final Cut or LumaFusion. It probably depends more on the type of editing you're doing. This type of editing, I think Final Cut would be better, where you're doing tons and tons of jump cuts, where you're cutting out the dead air like I do. If you're doing like 2-minute, 3-minute infomercials or little ads for, I don't know, your church program or something, I don't know. LumaFusion is probably cheaper and will work just fine. I'm sure the M2 chip is slightly better, but it's probably going to be just as... The issue I was facing with this, I'm pretty sure, is that the M1 chip was thermally constrained. M2 chip is even more likely to be thermally constrained, so I have very little belief that if I just switched over to the M2 chip, these issues would go away. It'd probably be the exact same issue there. Only difference with the M2 is that it would export a little bit faster. But yeah, dragging in clips takes a little bit longer than it does on the Mac for sure. The color correction options are basically butchered. They essentially just dropped all of the color correction tools. Paste attributes, compound clips. That's a really big one. I'm confused by the omission of that. That's a really, really common tool for a lot of people. Should I do that like reformat thing you guys were talking about? Display zoom. Let's see. Whoa, the text is really small now. Jeez. It makes the screen feel bigger, which I like. It always scares me. I always think the video has been erased, even though I've already edited this video. Maybe do a comparison between LumaFusion and Final Cut Pro? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it'd be kind of complicated to find all the differences, but Final Cut Pro X started out not so great. It's great now, but I bet the same thing will happen with iPad version in time. We will see. Yeah, but they're expecting you to pay $5 a month while we wait and see, and there's really no guarantee that by this time or this time there will be X many updates or whatever. Sometimes on the Mac version, we'll go 6 months without an update. I know people are speculating, well, the iPad will be different because it's a membership. Well, I hope so, but we don't know that. It's entirely possible that they don't touch it again for a year now. Like, who knows? With Apple and iPadOS, there tends to be a ton of neglect, you know? So I would not be surprised if just nothing ends up happening. But it's a start, I guess. I just, personally, I would have rather them not release it now and announce it and just take more time to bring over more of these basic features like compound clips and deactivating clips and markers. Like I can't hit V to deactivate. I can't hit M to put markers. I can't paste attributes. That's a really common one I use a lot. The color correction wheels are gone completely. They really, really, you know, killed the color correction tools. But I would have rather them just announce it at DubDub and say it'll ship with iPadOS 17 in the fall. So when iPadOS 17 comes out, Final Cut will come out for all M1 iPads. And then they would have had months and months to add all of these things that are missing. I don't really get why they wanted to release it right now, other than Mike's theory, I guess, which is that they intentionally announced it the day before the Pixel event so that they could kind of, you know, kick the knees of Google as they announced the Pixel tablet. They were just trying to throw off their marketing success by trying to put iPad in the news cycle, which in many ways that was probably an effective marketing strategy. I bet a lot less people talked about the Pixel tablet because of Final Cut on the iPad. They don't neglect iPadOS. They just always wait a year to see how iOS was received. Yeah, that's a fun way of looking at it. But yeah. Well, the good news I'll admit to is that it's competent enough, it's capable enough that I think I can edit my videos off of it. I'm fairly certain it's going to take longer and I'm not going to be able to edit as quickly now. And there will probably, like, just in the testing of this iPad, we experienced 2 crashes, and I didn't even really do that much intensive editing. So I don't think it's not, like, wowing me. I can't say it's better than I expected. There's aspects of it that were better than I expected. Like, I'm glad that the mic connectivity is finally working properly through the audio selector tool, the microphone input selection. That's good. And I like that I can move my cursor through the timeline and scrub through it and just Command B to split the clips. That's basically as close as to my Mac experience as I can get. So there's good here. Those things impressed me, but the performance did not. And a lot of the options have been changed heavily or removed. So if you're asking if it's worth it, I'd say give it the free trial. You know, everyone edits in different ways. I don't expect all of you guys to edit the exact same way I do. So depending on your editing style, maybe this is enough for you. Maybe it's perfect. But iPad supports external mics a while ago. I know. I've tried it before, but it didn't sound the way it just sounded. Daryl King super chatted. First live stream, been watching your channel for years. Wow, thanks, Daryl. That's completely unnecessary. I appreciate the super chat, though. I hope that iPadOS 17 is like macOS. If not, then oh well. I guess we'll have to wait and see, right? I'm afraid subscription plans are the future. I hate it. That's what I'm kind of hesitant to. Even if Final Cut for iPad completely blew my socks off and was way better than I expected, and it was amazing, even then, I would still not like the idea of going from an app that I paid for already, $200, now transitioning to the same app, but now $5 a month. And if it goes well, Apple's probably going to raise the price on it, just like they did with Apple Music and Apple TV Plus. That's the inevitable future of subscriptions, is that they can just $1 a month extra. Now a little bit more. Now a little bit more. And then before you know it, it's $10 a month, then $15, then $20 a month. Did you know that if you do external monitor support on Final Cut, it doesn't use the full screen when launched on the second screen? I did see that. Luckily, I don't have to test that because I don't have an external monitor to plug it into right now. But yes, I did see the news that the Final Cut doesn't even support external monitor support, which is weird because LumaFusion does, which is bizarre. I haven't used LumaFusion in a while, so I don't have any immediate comparison notices, but I know the subscription model future is inevitable, but I would like to resist it as much as possible. You know, if it's possible to avoid a subscription, I think you should, as I say to the people supporting this channel through the memberships. I appreciate it, but I hope you guys know it's not expected at all, and it's probably not a good especially for people like Tyler Forte who have supported as long as they have. You really don't need to be that generous, guys. I appreciate it, but seriously. Apple being lazy again. I don't know. It's not even lazy. It just feels rushed. It just feels like they launched it way earlier than they needed to. Like, I don't know why this needed to be out right now. Save it for the fall when iPadOS 17 launches for the public. That would have been... If this would have launched on a developer beta build in a couple weeks, it probably would have had more features than it has now, and we would have excused the missing features and the crashes because we'd be like, well, you know, it's a beta, so it's got some time. But just straight up releasing it pre-dub, I don't really get it at all. Isn't there like a reference monitor mode for video editing tools? There's a reference monitor mode, but it's just for color with the mini LED panel. It's not like external monitor features. The EU would ban subscriptions. That's funny. Thank you, Red, for liking my videos and skits. Yeah, there's a lot of memberships, unfortunately. I don't think they'll be banned. But yeah, I'll try to edit a decent number of my tech videos off of the iPad for the rest of the week. Still, we're still at 27%, so I didn't have to plug it in, by the way. It's fine. But I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And it was kind of fun to try it out, finally. I'm sorry for being late to it compared to everybody else, but I hope you learned a little bit of something. And like I said, try the free trial. Totally worth it. 30 days to access pro software like this. That's cool. That doesn't hurt to try it out and see if it fits in your workflow. Because we don't all edit in the exact same way. So there's not some objective, how good is the editor score? For certain reasons, there's other things. But for certain editing styles, there's other apps that work better. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your night. And I'll catch you all in the morning. Take care, all. Bye-bye.